On the news tonight, federal government pledges to revamp the steel sector. Anambra State government urges residents to keep their environment clean. Federal government commences implementation of tax on sugar-sweetened beverages. At least 20 people die in a fire outbreak at Kazakhstan coal mine. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening and glad to have you join us on the news tonight. My name is Maureen Stone Enujoke. The federal government is set to revamp Nigeria's steel sector to enhance the economy, create employment opportunities, and speed towards industrialization. Nigeria's Minister of State for Steel, Oba Megari Amadu, stated this during an official visit to Anambra State. Government House correspondent Ejikabana filed the report.
The minister said he takes pride in Governor Soludo and recognizes Anambra as a cluster of industrial development in the country and extended a hand of fellowship to the state government.
I'm very delighted to be in Anambra State. One, you are governor of Anambra State. One, you are one Nigerian whom we are extremely proud of. We're not talking about party lines now, talking about content. Your antecedents, where you're coming from, the work you've done for Nigeria, and I'm sure it was built on that pedestal that catapulted you to where you're seated today.
Receiving the minister, Governor Soludo commended the present administration for putting their hands on what is important, expressing optimism that the present government will put things in place to unleash the great potentials of the country.
I'm hopeful that with your coming and with this, the renewed hope agenda, we will understand that we want to understand that we need to unleash the potentials of this country. But that's why I appreciate this visit and in this area of steel development, because it ties in with our larger agenda of industrialization.
The minister was earlier conducted round facilities at the Metallurgical Training Institute, MTI Onitsha, where he decried the mad rush for certificates among young Nigerians and expressed optimism that the state government would help scale up interest in skill acquisition and liaise with the institute as a way to eradicate poverty. Earlier, the director and chief executive, MTI Onitsha, Mr. Bode Fakwade, solicited for increased government attention towards the institute by way of putting more infrastructure as well as funding, saying that it will go a long way to impact skills on the young people, thereby solving restiveness. The minister was also received at Innocent Motors, Nnewi, by the chief executive officer, Mr. Innocent Chukwuma, who expressed readiness to support the federal government's drive to reposition the sector.
Well, what I'm telling you today, that Innocent vehicle is not only for Innocent, it's for Nigeria. Anywhere it's Innocent vehicle, it's migrated from Nigeria, originally from Nigeria. Let everybody put hands together and move Nigeria forward.
The minister and his entourage also paid a courtesy call on the traditional ruler of Obosi, Igwe Chidubem Iweka. Ejike Abana, ABS News.
Governor Chukwuma Soludo has charged Anambra to lend a hand to the campaign for clean, green, and livable Anambra State by always cleaning up their surroundings and paying adequate attention to the environment. Governor Soludo gave the charge at Ekoka Market during the October edition of the monthly sanitation exercise in Anambra State. ABS Environment correspondent Blessing Uchendo has the details.
The governor, who was represented by the managing director and chief executive officer of Anambra State Waste Management Authority, ASWAMA, Mr. Mike Ozemena, emphasized that the state government aimed at achieving the dream of clean, green, and planned environment. He said that the government's directive is that residents must embark on sanitation exercise between 7 and 10 o'clock in the morning every last Saturday of the month, but observed that most people failed to participate in the exercise. The governor therefore pointed out that henceforth local authorities will apply all necessary measures to ensure full compliance.
The problem is that we are not yet disciplined. And thankfully, we have a governor that is really pushing. So what we're trying to do is to reinvigorate, reintroduce discipline into the society, because that's the key.
On his part, the Transition Committee Chairman of Awka South, Mr. Thank Anago, who monitored the exercise, said that Governor Soludo is committed to healthy and clean Anambra environments, but regretted low compliance and called on Ndi Anambra to imbibe the habit of healthy living and also adhere to government instructions. Mr. Anago equally noted that they have inaugurated the Bay Awka enforcement team to make sure that residents in Awka always adhere to sanitation culture, and asked residents to either take part in the monthly exercise or face the full wrath of the law.
Culture enforcement, like the name implies, they are the enforcement team. They're supposed to be enforcing, one, to stop indiscriminate refuse disposal in water. Two, they work even at night to make sure people are not depositing any debris at the media. So they enforce those things. And if you say you cannot obey that thing, the law will take costs on that individual. So they're enforcing the laws of sanitation.
Speaking to the ABS, an APGA stakeholder in Awka, Mr. Igwedim Manwofo, commended Governor Soludo for all his efforts in making sure that Anambra is clean, and equally commended the Aswama MD and TC Chairman Awka South for their effort in making sure that Ndi Anambra fully complied to sanitation exercise. A resident of Awka who joined in the sanitation exercise by the silting drainages, Gabriel Zagabon, encouraged others to always join in the cleanup exercise. ABS crew during the exercise visited Amobia Market, Aroma Junction, Nkwamenyi, Ekoka Market, First and Second Market, Ifitoka, among others. In Awka, Blessing Uchendo, ABS News.
Governor Chukwuma Soludo says cash collection of taxes across Anambra State remains banned. Governor Soludo was speaking while interacting with Iboku stakeholders as well as traders at Nkwo Iboku markets. Government House correspondent Chikabana filed the report taken from here.
The governor preached Neni model to them, where people of the community took it upon themselves to develop their town, after which he was presented with the architectural design of the proposed Nkwo market, where he emphasized that the market is largely a community and local government project. According to the governor, 90% of taxes paid by cash do not get to the state government, emphasizing that Anambra state government revenues are now collected through electronic means.
We're going to have a model, we're going to work here out, how we clean up this and how we generate the revenue. You generate the revenue, it has to be digital. Again, with technology. But solution again. All a government government of the people, for the people, and by the people. And particularly government okay? I say na onyaga na 1 year. Onyaga na 1 year.
Chairman of Iboku Market Planning Committee, Chief Christopher Eze, gave assurances to the governor that he will present the updated design of the market project as well as other requests. The Transition Committee Chairman for Agwata Local Government Area, Dr. Chibuike Ofobike, traditional ruler of Iboku, Igwe Alex Azike, among others, attended the meeting. Ejike Abana, ABS News.
The youth wing of the All Farmers Association of Nigeria, AFAN, Anambra State Chapter, has unveiled its Chef's Pride Palm Oil and Anambra Agricultural Youth Investment Program Concept Handbook. The event organized AFAN in collaboration with the Anambra State's Ministries of Youth Development, Agriculture, and in synergy with Anambra Agricultural Youth Investment Program in Awka attracted members of AFAN, representatives of the three arms of the government, and traditional ruler of Ifitedunu, Igwe Emeka Ilono. Education correspondent Queen Aniwogu filed the report.
In his opening speech, the president of AFAN, Anambra State Chapter, Mr. Chisom Onoha, said that the day signifies another new beginning for a progressive turning point in engagements of youth and young people in agriculture and socio-economic development history of Anambra State and Nigeria in general. Mr. Onoha explained that AFAN Youth and Anambra Agricultural Youth Investment Program were activated in the state and nurtured into being in 2020 as a child of necessity to bridge the unfortunate gap between the old and new generation farmers, as their mission is to produce over 10,000 viable micro and small agro enterprise with over 100 and successful medium and large-scale agri-based commercial firms owned by Anambra Youth by 2025.
Today signifies another new beginning for a progressive turning point in engagement of youths and young people in agriculture and socio-economic development history of Anambra State and Nigeria in general.
Special advisor to the Governor Soludo on political matter, Dr. Alex Obiwolu, affirmed that the government of Professor Chukwuma Soludo has a very keen and passionate interest in youth development, hence the One Youth Two Skill program of the state government. He mentioned the various government intervention in agricultural sector, including the Green Revolution agenda through the distribution of coconut and palm seedlings across the state, and commended AFAN for what they are doing. The State Director, Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, Chief Actor Ubumba, noted that President Bola Tinubu is ready to give agriculture the necessary rebound and promised to partner with the Anambra Agricultural Youth Investment Program.
Programs are tailored in line with providing avenues for youth and women to contribute to the economic development of the nation.
In their separate remark, the traditional ruler of Ifitedunu, Igwe Iluno, Anambra State Head of Service, Barrister Theodora Igwebwe, and the Anambra State Chairman of Ohaneze Ndibo, Chief Emeka Udodeme, pointed out that the food security is very important and called on everyone to invest in agriculture by using every available space, even at the back of their houses, for agricultural purpose.
Even with spinach, green.
The unveiling of the Chief's Pride Anambra Agricultural Youth Investment Program Concept Handbook and presentation of awards to agro entrepreneurs featured in the event.
The case between Commissioner of Police and Chief Chijioke Oka and Olufemi Salako at the Chief Magistrate Court sitting at Nobi has been adjourned to January 26th next year. Paul Izoke has the details.
According to the Chief Magistrate, Mr. Ken Nwoye, the court has commenced its annual leave and will resume sitting next year. When the case was called up for hearing, Barrister Jory Emebie of the Ministry of Justice announced appearance as the new prosecution counsel, replacing the former counsel, Barrister Ifeanyi Eze. The change of baton was not objected to by any of the parties. ABS Crew noted that the complainant, Mr. Bonaventure Ezekwenna, first defendant, Chief Oka, and second defendant, Mr. Salako, were all in court before the adjournment. It will be recalled that hearing on the case was stalled during the last sitting because of the absence of the second defendant, Mr. Salako. Chief Chijioke Oka and Mr. Olufemi Salako are facing a 5-count charge bordering on attempt to commit felony, conspiracy to commit misdemeanor, and willful and unlawful damage of a building, among others. From Nobi, in the Idemili South Council area, Paul Izoke, ABS News.
And still to come on the news, federal government commences implementation of tax on sugar-sweetened beverages. At least 20 people die in a fire outbreak at a Kazakhstan coal mine. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. Please stay tuned. We'll be back after the break.
My son has always dreamt of being in the spotlight. That's why I give him Bornvita for everyday vitality that gives him the strength to pursue his dreams. Bornvita, strength to dream.
I need something we go ginger me. We tom I dey breathe for it now. I dey run kilometers. That's why
There are certain moments in the day when I need my me time to just unwind and indulge.
Now available in 30 grams and 450 grams.
There are certain moments in the day when I need my me time to just unwind and indulge.
Now available in 30 grams and 450
Welcome back and glad to know you're still watching. The Nigeria government has since commenced the implementation of tax on sugar-sweetened beverages, SSB, with the Finance Act 2021, which provides for an excise duty on non-alcoholic, carbonated, and sweetened beverages so as to improve public health. Princess Ekwi Ajide of our Abuja Bureau has the details.
This tax imposition of 10 naira per litre, stakeholders noted, is not enough to support the global efforts at addressing the consumption of too much sugar and therefore called for a tax increase on sugary drinks in Nigeria. According to reports, overconsumption of sugar-sweetened beverages has become a significant public health issue, as such drinks have been linked to obesity, diabetes, and other health problems that can be major risk factors for various chronic diseases and many other cardiovascular diseases. Speakers at the National Conference on Sugar-Sweetened Beverage Tax urged the federal government to impose an increase in taxes on sugar-sweetened beverage products that align with global best practices. The speakers from various sectors emphasized that a 20% tax increase on sugary drinks can lead to a 20% reduction in consumption, thereby effectively combating the rising issues of obesity and diabetes. The Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Mohammed Pate, represented by Chukuma Anyike, expressed federal government's commitment to implementing recommendations on the sugar-sweetened beverage tax.
The Federal Minister of Health and Social Welfare is committed to attain the global best practices as recommended by the WHO. The federal government is very much committed to providing leadership for the implementation of SSB tax in our country.
The Executive Director, Corporate Accountability and Public Participation Africa, CAPA, Akimbode Oluwafemi, said the essence of the conference was to raise awareness and make concerted efforts to halt the mounting health challenges resulting from consumption of sugar-sweetened beverages.
Sugar-sweetened beverages are what we commonly call soft drinks, and the fact that there is enough science now that overconsumption of those products are affecting our health, causing cancer, diabetes, obesity, and the rest of them.
The Executive Assistant on Policy and Strategy to the Bayelsa State Governor, Dr. Patterson Ogon, also re-echoed the need for all hands to be on deck in the effort to reduce the consumption of sugary drinks and addressing the country's growing health challenges.
The essential drive in this respect is to ensure that people cut down on consumption. And so if the assumption is that if the tax rises, a lot of persons, because of the economic situation, will be forced to drop this consumption. It's not about the cost, but it's about using that to drive health policies, and the individual health of Nigerians as a whole.
Some other stakeholders, including public health organizations, medical professionals, and citizens, are however worried that increase in taxes on sugar-sweetened beverages may only have effect on the consumption strength of the poor, but will have slight or no effect on that of the rich and powerful in Nigeria. In Abuja, Princess Ekwi Ajide reporting.
At least 28 workers have died in a fire at a Kazakhstan coal mine operated by ArcelorMittal Temirtau, according to the Ministry of Emergency Situations. After what appeared to be a methane blast, 206 out of the 252 people at the Kostenko mine had been evacuated, with 18 needing medical assistance, the company said in a statement. About 21 people had still not been located. ArcelorMittal Temirtau is the local representative for Luxembourg-based multinational ArcelorMittal, the world's second largest steel producer. It operates 8 coal mines across the Karaganda region and a further 4 iron ore mines in central and northern Kazakhstan in Central Asia. Leicester City are in the second tier of English League football for the first time in 10 years, but the excellent start to 2023/2024 season suggests they won't be playing in the division for long. The Foxes currently lead the championship table with 36 points from 13 games, 5 points ahead of Ipswich Town, who have played a game less. The only blemished by one blot on the copybook for the Foxes is a 1-0 defeat to Hull City on September 2nd, despite controlling large periods of the match. The Foxes are currently on the 9-game winning streak in the championship after Enzo Massacre's team recorded their 12th league win in 13 outings in midweek in a 1-0 victory over Sunderland at the King Power Stadium. This bright start to the season has seen him win the Leicester City Goal of the Month award for September. He was also nominated for the PFA Championship Fans Player of the Month award for the same month. Remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from many parts of the world by liking our Facebook page, follow us at Anambra Broadcasting Service, subscribe to our YouTube at ABS Television, on X at ABS Radio TV, and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And now a recap of the main points. Federal government has pledged to revamp the steel sector. Anambra State government has urged residents to keep their environments clean. Federal government has commenced implementation of tax on sugar-sweetened beverages. At least 20 people have died in a fire outbreak at the Kazakhstan coal mine. And to end the news, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that does it on the news for tonight. Thank you so very much for watching. My name is Maureen Stone Enujoke. Good night and stay blessed.